Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are. So the topic for today is Palantir buys 51 million. I'm just going to call it 51 million, by the way, in gold bars to hedge against Black Swan event. So as you can see, I'm a bit late to the jump because it was posted on the 18th of August. And today is the 22nd, and only I'm making this video, right? So actually, at first, I wasn't really going to make this video because I felt like there's enough YouTube coverage and all that. A lot of interesting perspectives coming out already. But I feel as though that all these YouTubers, Tom Nash, a few other YouTubers which are a bit smaller, I don't remember, but there's a lot of YouTubers on it, and Tom Nash is the one that I remember because it's the first video I watched, right? That's how I found out. So yeah, that's the video I remember. But I feel like a lot of them missed a very key point which I'm going to go through today, right? So hopefully I can bring a new perspective and we can you can see and decide whether I'm right or I'm wrong, right? So Palantir buys 51 million in gold bars to hedge against Black Swan event. So basically you can replace this with YouTube in YouTube anyways. You can just replace this with inflation. Basically you buy gold to hedge against inflation usually, and so Black Swan events are typically events that you cannot predict, and they're very destructive force. But also, gold also does well during Black Swan events, right? If there's wars or anything, I think gold will do well as well. I'm not exactly 100% sure the historical data backing that, but I know if in inflationary times, definitely gold does well. So a lot of people have mentioned this, of course. Very simple, you buy gold to hedge against inflation. But at the same time, you do notice that actually Palantir has paid off 200 million in debt, right? So and now they have a 400 million credit facility. So basically, a lot of people are confused, right? Because why would you buy gold to hedge against inflation when you're paying off your debt at the same time? Because if you think that there's inflation coming, you hold on to the debt, right? And basically it's a very confusing signal, right? Why would you hedge? And they are also planning to accept payment in gold and maybe Bitcoin. I'm not so sure about that. But the question is, why would you hedge? And then basically, because you have to have a certain belief, right? If you think inflation is coming, you'll hang on to the debt and you'll buy the gold, right? You won't clear off the debt and buy gold, right? So it's like contradictory. But I want to bring a fresh perspective because I feel like they paid off the debt. They might have. This is all speculation. Again, not financial advice. This is just my opinion, right? So they might have paid this 200 million off in order to receive this 400 million credit facility. Maybe you have a certain credit facility where the banks are like, oh, you pay it off, then we can grant you a higher facility, right? So yeah, that might be the case for this. Again, it's just my speculation, right? But I feel as though the important part is, why did they actually buy gold bar and announce that they accept gold for payment now? I feel like it's more related to their business model rather than the hedge against. It is a hedge against inflation, but it's also a hedge for their business model, right? Because look at how Palantir's business is structured, right? It's all contracts, right? So there's no other sales which is like you can sell right now and you receive the money right now, right? So they're all long contracts over a period of time, right? So if you predict that in the future there is inflation, right? And these contracts basically think back what I mentioned, right? If there's inflation, you want to hold on to the debt. So technically, if a contract is the same thing, because if there's inflation, the value of your contract will lower, right? Let's say I don't know, let's say it's 376 million today, but you know that 1 year from now, if the inflation is 10%, basically it's only 340 something million rather than 376 million, right? So that we know. So basically, this is the point I feel like no one mentioned, right? Because it's actually more of, for me, I think it's actually more of a hedge against their own business model, right? Because during times of high inflation, since they have already signed the contract, their contracts might be 4 or 5 years. So they also need to hedge against if there's like high inflation, let's say 10% inflation or something, that will really hurt their margins and hurt their profitability, because you have to pay your employees more and your cost of productions increase and all, right? So yeah, I think that's the main point that I want to bring to the stage, because I don't think anyone is talking about this, and I think that's incredibly important to talk about, right? So yeah, in my opinion, they basically bought gold to hedge against their own business model, right? In case there's inflation, right? Because their business models are contract. So a second speculation I'm going to make is that they're actually going to continue buying gold, since they said they accept gold as payment. So basically, in my view, what I think that Alex Karp thinks is that gold is actually currently a very good hedge, and also at a fantastic price, right? You realize that gold has went up a lot in price. Gold has stayed relatively stagnant while the rest of the market has went up in price, right? So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Comment below whether you think I'm right or wrong. Maybe 3 months from now we'll know, right, if they buy again. So in another similar news, Coinbase is spending $500 million of its own money on cryptocurrencies. So I'm gonna just cut the long story short, and basically they will buy whatever crypto they feel like is a good deal or whatever it is, and they'll be let me just read Brian Armstrong's tweet. We recently received board approval to purchase over 500 million in crypto on our balance sheet to add to our existing holdings, and we expect we'll be investing 10% of all profit going forward into crypto. I expect this percentage to keep growing over time as the crypto economy matures. I think this is a very good move by them, because you obviously, if you're in crypto and all that, what their beliefs are probably is that well, I wouldn't go so extreme to say it's going to swallow the whole financial system or whatever, like Bitcoin maxis might say, but I feel as though you would have the stance where you think traditional inflation is going to catch up with the traditional financial system, and you don't want to keep all your money in cash, right? So that's very understandable. And I feel like this now you are heavily investing into their management, right? Because 10% of all profit will go to crypto, right? So it also depends on management and their investor team, right? Whether they can pick out good projects or not, right? Because if you pick a shit project and you're spending 10% of all your future profits in it, basically you burn 10%, right? If it's like a bad project or whatever it is. But I do predict that they will have a lot of good projects, because they have better information, they have all the connections and all of that, right? So that's very interesting news. So these two, why I package it into one video is because I feel like it's a similar stance that they're taking, right? Palantir, they said they will accept Bitcoin soon as well. I don't know what's going on with that, but Brian Armstrong and Coinbase are also hedging, right? So I feel like there's a lot of companies coming out to hedge right now, due to the current macroeconomic circumstances, right? So if you guys do enjoy this video, do enjoy my perspective, do help me hit up the thumbs up button. Do comment below. Maybe I missed certain things that you see. I think that'll be very interesting to notice, and share with friends and family that might find this interesting, right? Yeah. So thank you very much for watching till the very end. And of course, none of this is financial advice. I don't hold any positions in either of this company, although I am actively looking to set up a position in Palantir. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching till the very end. Have a nice day ahead, and peace out.